So I've been out of the country for a couple weeks and I came back early this morning. And instead of doing what normal people usually do in a situation, unpack, relax, get some much needed sleep, recover from the jet lag, etc., I decided to go to the movies. I'm a sick person with serious issues. And with that, I'm working with another episode of The Romancer. My goal, as always, is to enhance the movie watching experience. So, Pet Cemetery, this is one I was really excited about for many reasons. Number one, I'm a huge horror fan, so I always get excited about new horror movie coming out. Secondly, this is obviously the source material is based from. We have Stephen King's novel, of course, the original movie back in '89, I believe. One I really enjoyed. I'm not sure if it holds up or not, but I enjoyed it back in the day. And it's got a lot of positive reviews, a lot of positive buzz coming out of the film festival recently, some of the early critic reviews. And so I was really excited to see what this movie is going to give us. And unfortunately, I got to say off the bat, I'm a little bit, felt underwhelmed, a little disappointed overall. I'm going to give you a little bit of idea of the story first. I don't want to give away too much. If you guys are familiar with the source material, you guys know what the story is about. I understand the trailers gave away a lot here. So I only saw the first trailer, so I'm not really sure what the trailer divulged or not, so I won't get too much into it in terms of spoilers. But, we have Jason Clarke, who plays a doctor who moved his family out, his wife and his two kids, out in the middle of nowhere, very small town. They have a huge yard in front of a forest, and in the back there's a pet cemetery, if you will, where, of course, Pet Cemetery, which is obviously cursed, where they can, bury your pets in some regions of it, and the pets come back to life. But of course, coming back from death, they don't come back exactly the same way. And the events unfold here, leading to other things that the cemeteries cause, but I won't get too much into that. Now, again, although I was underwhelmed, I wasn't, impressed by this movie. And this is not a bad movie by any stretch of the imagination. It was fine. It was okay here. There's some good things about it, but unfortunately, and I always say a horror movie at its very basic, this needs to be scary to be good. And I think there's a lot of missed opportunities in terms of the scares here. On the positive side, the directors, I like some of the choices they made here. I think they created a good atmosphere, set a really good tone, and set a good mood for the film. And I applaud them for them straying away from any of the typical jump scares we get out of these horror films. They didn't rely on that. There's a few jump scares here and there, but very minimal. They really relied more on the mood and some of the pacing, the deliberate pacing that they had. But I thought there was some mishaps in the writing itself that really could have taken advantage of the atmosphere that they set, and some of the imagery that I thought they could have used more of. And again, I can't elaborate too much on that without getting too spoilery here, so I'll refrain from that. But again, on the positive side, to continue that, the performances were fine. Jason Clarke was fine. Ledgar was fine. The mother, I thought she was great. The young daughter, I thought she was kind of a mixed bag for me anyway, personally. And I'm not being a minority on this, again, because I think a lot of people have enjoyed the film as far as the early critic reviews. I just don't happen to be one of them. But again, from there, in terms of the story itself, I mean, it's a very slow-paced movie, which is fine. I don't mind that. But the first half is very slow. I mean, if you're expecting a lot of scares, they're just not there. The last, say, 10, 15, 20 minutes really picks up. But by that time, you're kind of out of it, to be honest with you. And unfortunately, when the big event occurs on that, and again, I'll remain spoiler-free, there's not enough time given to develop that, to let things simmer and marinate. You're presented with a scenario and things unfold very, very fast here. And it unfortunately leaves a lot left on the table in terms of some of the scares and creepiness this movie really could have built up. And that's unfortunate, and because of that, it lacks a kind of a spark that I think a good horror movie needs, particularly something like Pet Sematary, which again, I really enjoyed the source material. So in all, this is a movie, is this a bad movie? No, it's not. It's an okay. It does have some decent scares. The mood is great. The atmosphere is fine. Good performances. But the script undercuts a lot of what it's trying to accomplish here, which is unfortunate. And at the end of the day, it's not a movie I can really recommend you guys go watch. It's more of a home rental, Netflix, Amazon, VOD, etc. So Pet Sematary, you guys want to watch it? If you do, comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe below and fulfill my need to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.